I'm literally in my kitchen right now, and I just had this idea of just doing what I was doing before. The very first podcast I had was not even on YouTube, on other platforms, and I was just talking, right? I was just talking without editing at all at first, and then I started editing a little bit, and then it became too much. And it's literally the same when it comes to my videos. And right now I'm in the process of not editing too much because it feels like a chore, and it makes me not want to do it, but it's literally my passion. So, for so long I was asking myself, why am I like not wanting to work today? But it's also the definition, sorry, that I had of work that was kind of like negative. So I'm thinking about not saying I have to work today, but using another term that I perceive maybe as neutral, or maybe even like using like a positive term to say work, but like, just to put like some positive vibes into what I'm about to do. And was it yesterday? I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day prior. It was probably yesterday. I was walking outside because I'm trying to walk every day. Well, I'm not trying, I'm walking every day. And I had this idea that came out of nowhere. I mean, it's not really out of nowhere. I'm going to explain you later where it comes from. But the idea is literally what I'm doing right now. It's not to edit anything and to start just talking about my life. So I've been doing this. It started years and years ago when I was traveling, living in other countries, and I was talking to my best friend on WhatsApp, and we were doing, recordings to talk to each other faster, and when I came back to France, because I'm French, we kept talking that way, which today we're still talking that way. We barely write to each other, we only do recordings. But then, like we grow up and we have different schedules, different life, and we cannot talk to each other as often as we were doing before. So there's moments where I still needed to talk because we were doing recordings for a long time, long recordings, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a recording and act as if I'm talking to her, and like just delete the recording afterwards. But like it helped me. And when I started doing this, I realized quickly that actually it helps me even like organizing my thoughts, understanding myself better without even having anybody replying to me, right? Or sometimes I would even imagine what's like her answers, right? And I don't know, it helped. And I kept that. And I kept now, when I feel the need to talk, I just do recordings for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So yesterday I was doing the same, and then I was like, I had this idea of why not doing like, episodes, like doing like another series of your podcast where you just talk and you talk about whatever, right? It's kind of like a therapy, and then anyway, just talk, right? And I was doing this before. That was the first podcast for a year and a half, I think I had it. I was posting every Wednesday, and every week I ended up having like 100 minimum people listening to me. Sometimes it could go like up to like 200 or 300, which back then to me was like, and it's still the case. I mean, I was about to say back then to me was amazing, and I'm saying this as if I have like 2,000 people listening to me right now, which it's not the case because it's a new series. So I have 0 people listening to me, and my other podcast, like most of the times, I have like no people listening to it. And my other podcast is completely different because it's literally me writing my thoughts, writing always been a big part of my life, and then reading, what I wrote about a specific subject. So yeah, it's combining like a lot of my passions, hobbies, right? Like writing and also talking. So I was like, you know what, let's do another series. I was thinking about doing another YouTube channel for it, but I'm like, no, I'm going to make it a new series on the same podcast, and I will probably upload them another day, probably Sunday, something like that, because the other episodes are Wednesdays, every Wednesday. Yeah. Well, I mean, every Wednesday when I can. It has been, for now, right now, it has been a while that I didn't post anything because I was focusing on other things. So, yeah, also, the challenge for me when it comes to this specific series is not to edit anything, right? And when I say not to edit anything, if I want to put an outro, an intro, I will, but not to edit literally me. And when I say edit, it's like cut out things. Because I cannot watch a video or listen to, an episode of me without wanting to cut out certain things. I don't like when I do this. I don't like when I say this. And also, I used to be, and I still have those things a little bit in me, perfectionist. I was a huge perfectionist. So I wanted everything to be perfect. Which, if I stumble upon some certain words, then I want to cut them out, and it's not that big of a deal. There's also, I think it's also part of this society, also like today's society, to only show the perfect aspect of our life, and like we want other people to only see like the best of us, that we forgot that like we became like it becomes our like normality, right? And we forgot that it's okay to have flaws. It's okay not to be perfect. It's okay to also show the downs and not only the ups. And for example, Instagram, you're only showing, the bright side of your life. And I mean, today it's getting better. There's more people showing themselves, cry. And it's not just showing yourself cry, it's like showing when it's not always perfect, right? Because, you literally can lie yourself into thinking, but I want people to be happy. I'm supposed to make videos for them to be happy and not to think about their, whatever problems they have in their life. I I understand that, but your life is not perfect. So it's not lying because you're only showing a certain part of yourself, but um there's an expression, I don't know if you have this in English too, but like in French, it's called un mensonge par omission. Par omission? Omniscient? I don't remember the proper term, but it's literally mean that when you don't say certain things, it's still a lie, because yes, what you said was the truth, but you didn't say the whole truth, which it's the fact that you're like hiding a certain part, it's still a lie. So yeah. So I don't know, now it's better. People are showing more like everything of them, like, and they don't have to, they absolutely don't have to. But I don't want people to grow up to watch videos and to think that their life has to be perfect, right? And also perfection, like, is totally different from everyone. I mean, because we all have different perceptions on what is perfection. So there's that. I wanted to add something else about that, I forgot. Oh yeah, and it's also the comments, people like saying, "Oh, look, she needs attention. She's just, crying, showing her crying and stuff." No, it's not. It doesn't mean she needs attention. And also, even if she does, because she feels lonely, what's wrong with that, right? So it says more about how you treat yourself when you treat someone like that, because what's wrong with that? Who said that getting attention is not, it's like supposed to be negative. And yeah, I know there's people that are like, yeah, but there's people, they want too much attention, blah blah blah. And like, what does it change? Even if they, let's say they want it in like in like a negative way, quote unquote, even there, even that, like, what's wrong with that? Because if they're getting the attention they need, right? So there's like an exchange, because people that are showing the attention they need, it's like they're also getting something out of doing this. If they didn't, they wouldn't do it. So like, it does not change your life. It does not affect, it doesn't have to affect your life. It is affecting your life, apparently. You know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with that? If everyone is like perfect, nobody's hurting anyone, yeah, all right. Anyway, so I want just to talk about that. So also, today I want also to talk about who I was before. Okay, wait, I need to close a door. And I'm not going to edit out. I don't want to edit out, because I really, really want this episode to not be edited. And it's also a way to reprogram my brain into just showing, into like being kind and kinder to myself. Like, it's okay to make mistakes, because I don't let myself do mistakes. So that's why it's hard for me to show my, let's say, imperfections, right? So I wanted to talk about the fact that, okay, I've seen, like, I was recording, it was 6 months ago, a tarot reading, I mean multiple actually, from the same person. And every time I was I think I was asking that person. So I mean, she's on YouTube, but I don't know if I should say her name. But for now, let's call her Mary. I don't know. Let's call her Mary. And Mary, I was asking her, can you tell me what my spiritual guides wants me to know, or things like this, right? And she would tell me to be careful about, like, my guides through her would tell me to be careful about my thoughts. And I was in a very low mindset, and I was down. I was not confident. I was frightened of doing what I really wanted. Even if, let's say, on the physical aspect of life, like, I would start doing some things, it would kind of like be pointless, because I would not even believe the fact that it would work, because I was not confident at all in myself and in also what I was doing. So I was watching myself react to the star reading, and I could feel the energy I was in a clear way. And I was like, damn, I was not confident. I can tell. I can see in my eyes in this video. I was so down, and I was like, in 6 months I completely changed. It's crazy. Like, in 6 months I am so different. I feel so more confident. I'm not still the most confident people on earth, right? The most confident person on earth, but I'm I'm getting there. No, but like, I'm way more confident. I feel like I'm not in the same reality, which I think I'm not. Like, it's not the same reality at all. I think I did quantum jumps into a quite similar reality, but it's just in me. Like, before, I was feeling based on my life, what I was seeing of my life. But now I'm so okay with myself, so more confident, that I don't feel the absolute need that I was feeling before, to have my life changed. Like, I'm okay with who I am, and that's actually all that matters. It's not where you where you're at in life. It's not anything around you. Like, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you feel, which when I'm thinking about it, that was the hardest challenge, because I am on a physical aspect having the same life that I had in this video I was watching, but the difference is how I feel, right? That's why right now I'm okay, right? I'm learning to be okay with where I am, where I'm at. I mean, to be okay with who I am. And I'm also reprogramming my brain into only focusing on the present moment. So I started doing a challenge that I still need to edit some episodes, because I am filming every day or every other day. But the goal is to learn how to only focus on right now, and to not and it sounds simple saying this like that, but like I've realized that there's a few things that I'm doing that are actually not on the present moment. So I'm going to try to find examples about what I'm saying right now. So I'm doing, I don't know, like I'm doing, I don't know, I don't have an example right now, but like certain things to, let's say, try to avoid a future situation. And it can be something as little as preparing dinner this afternoon instead of tonight, or it's things like this. So I'm learning how to leave the moment, to not focusing on the future, and I know it can be seen, especially in our society, as something hard to do, because we have schedules and we live in a society that is very structured when it comes to that, and that is making you only focus on the future and not on the present. So trust me, it is on purpose. So reprogramming my brain into only focusing on the present moment it was a challenge. But I'm not saying, like, I don't want to call problems. I want, because there's like, to me, I have this definition that a problem, even if it has a solution, is like something so hard. Like it's even harder to find a solution because it's a problem. But if I see this as a challenge, I automatically want to find a solution. I'm focusing on finding a solution when I say challenge instead of problems. Problems is me focusing on what's happening, like the problem that I have. I don't know how to explain that, but like the term problems to me, it's like me focusing on what I don't have. It's me focusing on the negative aspect of it. But like challenge, I automatically want to find solutions to, and positive one, right, to get myself out of this problem. So it's all about perception, baby. It's all about perception. Anyway, I don't even know why I was saying this, but this challenge that I started, at first I was even unconfident, and I still have those thoughts sometimes of, like, it sounds silly because I'm filming random stuff, or sometimes I'm just filming myself talking about today, right? But like, actually, it's not about, I don't care about what people like think about this challenge. It's literally me. It's for me to remember every day that I am focusing on the present moment. So reprogramming your brain is also reminding yourself about that, right? Every day. So it's and also I'm becoming way more aware of, oh damn, yeah, I'm not focusing on the present moment when I'm talking about that. I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, So yeah, I don't know. That's it. And I was watching an old video of me today, and I was amazed on how I completely changed. And ironically, my life is very, 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 very similar. I still live in the same place. I still have a lot of things that I had, like, and when I say things like challenges, let's say, but I'm not taking them the same way. And I'm also, I thought I'm doing something that I thought would be impossible before, is to rely on the universe. And now I'm realizing that it's not just the universe, it's my higher self. I've learned that the human brain is not made for us to focus on the future, but to focus on the present moments. So yeah, you can have goals, right? You want to do something in life, then you focus every day on doing it, like, and you're not going to double check if it worked or blah blah blah, because you're focusing. If you do this double checking every day if it works, it's just you focusing on what you don't have instead of focusing on the present moment, instead of just leaving that to your higher self, leaving that to the universe. You don't know how it's going to happen. You don't have to know. You don't have to understand. Your brain is not made for you to understand how it's going to happen. It's not your role. It's not your job. Your job is just to focus on what you're doing in the present moment. That's it. And it was so easy for me to do this for certain things, small things that, yeah, I didn't care really. But like when it comes to the bigger things, the career or stuff like this, it was harder. And ironically, love was kind of like easy for me to do this, because I remember having a discussion with my best friend a long time ago, and we were both single, and we have been single for so many years. And you know I've discovered the law of attraction, and I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna try to attract my future boyfriend. And I did. Well, it's my ex right now, but I did, like, I think it was like a few weeks later, I met the guy, or a few months maybe later, but like I met the guy, right? And it was easy to do this for things that I didn't really, really care about. And when I say don't care about, I don't mean it in a negative way. Once again, it's perceptions. I mean it in a neutral way. Like, yes, I want that in my life, but the fact that, like, if it will happen, when, well, I don't really care about that. It will happen. I don't know. I don't know when, right? So yeah, that's the thing. And I am so proud of myself, because lately I've been able to do this for things that I thought I would never be able to do, which it was just, me being unconfident. But yeah, me finding ways to, like, be able to have this mindset. It's me, quote unquote, like, forcing myself to find solutions, right? Like, to reprogram my brain. So let's do a challenge, let's do this, let's do that, because yeah, I just love challenges, right? So it's literally me filming myself every day and then talking about what I didn't do, like something that let's say something that I did, right? But like that day, like, oh, today I did this, and then, or I don't know, like, oh, I was about to say that, right? But I realized that if I was talking about that, I was not focusing on right now. So you know what? Because I used to, like, the first episodes that for now, right now, for me, I still didn't post them, but the first episodes I edited them already, and I'm like, only, like, you can tell that I'm focusing on, oh, I was supposed to do this today and I didn't, and I feel guilty about it, and like, and or I think, like, when I get back from this walk, I will do this, I will do that, and after a few days I was realizing that no, I don't have to talk about that, because it's me not focusing on the present moment. So it's I love this challenge. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. I I missed talking like that about everything, nothing and everything at the same time. No, but I missed it. And then I don't let myself, like I said, do mistakes. Like, I would say the old me um, would have liked to edit this shit out, and I'm sure I will want to do this after finishing this episode, right? But I'm not going to do this. I'm going to post this episode. This is going to be episode 1, and I don't know if I want to um, name this series. Maybe I will call it the present moment, right? Just talking and not focusing on editing, not focusing on nothing else than just me talking. And I don't know, maybe it will be the present challenge series. I don't know. But yeah, all I know is that it's another way. It's literally another way of um, reprogramming my brain. Not only to focus on the present moment, but also to learn how to be imperfect, right? So maybe it's going to be just a series that I'm going to call Imperfect Podcast, because it's all right. We don't have to be perfect. Who said that we had to be perfect? And also, there's something that I want to add before finishing it. It's that I've seen a video where a multidimensional being that people name Bashar, that is channeled by a man called Daryl Anka, and Bashar is saying that when I forgot what I wanted to say. You see? Those kind of things. Damn, I forgot. Because, listen, I'm watching Bashar's videos like every day, right? And it's like, sometimes it's like 2 hours of video. So it's literally a podcast. And it's just amazing, like the way he's like processing it, because there's also like, it's processing things. I mean, because there's people that are going to like listen to what he's saying, and they're going to comment, I don't believe that. I don't believe in channeling. I don't believe, like, and channeling aliens, what? And there's people that are like, who cares? And even Bashar is saying this on videos, like, who fucking cares if you don't believe me? If you don't want to believe me, it's all right. Like, you don't, I'm not like imposing any belief on nobody, but what I'm saying can help you, because he's talking about every different things, like how to overcome your negative beliefs, how to let them go, how to like that you don't believe in the channeling, it doesn't matter, because what he's saying is so important. And literally it gave me so many breakthroughs. So yeah, I forgot what I wanted to say about that, but it's all right. Go watch Bashar's videos, and you will understand what I'm saying, and for sure it's going to help you in at least, I think, one area. And I also think that it's because he's talking the same language as me. And when I say language, I mean spiritual language, right? I don't mean English, French, or whatever. I really mean the spiritual one, the one that is going to change the way I'm thinking, the one that is going to create breakthroughs, because it's going to lead me asking myself questions, and then to have those breakthroughs of, oh, actually I was doing this all along and I don't have to. Oh yeah, what I wanted to say is that he was saying that when you talk, damn, I forgot again what I want to say. I think I have ADHD a little bit. I never really checked, but I might have it. Literally, the idea is coming in my head and going out and then coming back and then going out. It's crazy. I remember that it's about, what I wanted to say was about talking when you, I forgot, damn. All right, it doesn't matter. If I remember, then it's going to be on the episode 2. Damn, I hate that. I hate when it's doing this. But you know what? This moment, and once again, I'm going to take the positive out of it. The old me, and even when I said that, I literally wanted to cut out this moment. And I was like, damn, it's crazy, because it's literally me for 5 minutes being like searching for something, having it, and then just, I want to cut out this moment, but this moment happened. I can't cut out things that happened in my past, so why would I in a podcast, right? Like, you know what I mean? This podcast is the Imperfect Podcast. So And yeah, I see this as a good exercise of me not touching anything, and that's it, right? And I'm not going to cut out moments. If I edit this podcast, which I will, when I mean edit, I mean just putting an intro, putting an outro, and that's it, right? Because to me, editing, at least before, the definition that I gave it was to like cut out things. That was my definition of editing, which it's not. It's just, so my goal is not to edit. It's not to edit, right? It's to not cut out when I talk. The moment of me starting to talk, I won't cut out anything. So that's it. Damn, I wish I would remember what I wanted to say about Bashar, because I know it's something that literally changed my perception on something. Oh, damn, it came back. It's coming back, but it's going away. For me to remember it, I think I would need to write it, because it literally changed my perception on something where I was thinking a certain way before, and since like the moment I heard him saying this, I was like, damn, that's true. Oh yeah, I remember. It was the fact that he was talking about when you believe 100%, like you never not believe something. Oh God, you see, I remembered. You never not believe something, he was saying. Like when you think that oh no, I don't believe in that. I don't believe that this will happen, right? You still believe in something. You put 100% of your belief into not believing that. So it's just a choice. Beliefs are just choices. There's no universal law that is saying that this is not happening. The fact that you choose not to believe in it doesn't mean that it's not happening, right? So you're going to maybe create a reality where this is not happening in your reality, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't have to happen to you. You just chose it. You just chose that thing never to happen to you because you don't believe in it. You put 100% of your belief into not believing it. And I was like, yeah, that's true. And I don't know, it's just changed my perception on life, because I was certain that I would never, I don't know, like succeed in life. I was so unconfident. And when you're unconfident, you believe that when you believe that you're not enough, you believe it 100%. Right? But so the fact that you believe that you're not enough doesn't mean that you're not enough. It's just you putting 100% of your belief into believing that you're not enough. You could choose, you can put 100% of your belief into believing that you're enough. There's no universal law that is saying that you're not enough. It's just you. It's just your perception. And having, like, listening to someone saying this and using those terms, right? I don't know, it's just changed something. Because listen, I've watched a lot of videos from people being like, just be like, just trust yourself, just be confident, just, it's not changing anything. But the way Bashar is saying things, it literally changed something in my brain. It's speaking the same spiritual language, and it really made me be more confident, because I needed to hear those thoughts, those words put in on like this. I don't know how to explain, like those words put this way, I needed to hear them, right? So I heard those words, from other people in other times in my life, and it didn't change anything. So I guess it was also the perfect moment for me to really like listen to those words so much that it would create a breakthrough. So yeah. This first episode, I feel like it's like a shit show, but yeah, I believe that I will be more comfortable into making quote unquote mistakes, which is not mistakes really. Like, it's, you see, even mistakes are not really mistakes at the end of the day. Because what you can perceive as a mistake can be perceived as something so positive and so organized by someone else on the other side of the planet. So it's just a perception. It's just your perception. So anyway, this podcast is going to be a challenge, and I love it. So, yeah, I see you on another episode. I don't know. I guess maybe next Sunday. I don't know if it's going to be every Sunday, but I think that I want to post them on Sundays. So, yeah, welcome. And go listen to on Tower Podcast. All right. It's literally the same YouTube channel. So you cannot miss those episodes. All right. Bye. Take care of yourself.